The morning sky was still half asleep when I arrived at the base of the mountain. The world felt quiet, untouched, almost sacred. A thin layer of mist drifted between the trees, and the air was sharp with the scent of pine. I closed my eyes for a moment, letting the silence wrap around me. Today wasn't just another hike. It was a chance to step away from the noise, to breathe, to reset. With a deep breath, I tightened the straps on my backpack and stepped onto the trail. The ground was cool beneath my boots, a mix of fallen leaves and small rocks that crunched softly with every step. Somewhere nearby, a bird called out, the first sign that the forest was waking up. I smiled. Everything felt exactly as it should. The trail started gently, weaving between tall pines that seemed to rise endlessly into the sky. Sunlight filtered through the branches in soft golden beams, lighting the path like nature's own guide. As I walked deeper, the world behind me slowly faded away. All that remained was the rhythm of my footsteps and the calming whisper of wind moving through the treetops. After about 20 minutes, the climb began to grow steeper. The forest thickened, the trees standing closer together, their shadows flickering across the ground as the sun climbed higher. My breath grew heavier, my heartbeat steady and strong. A reminder that the mountain demanded effort, but offered beauty in return. Up ahead, I found a small clearing. The trees opened just enough for me to see the distant ridgeline, layered in soft blue silhouettes. I stopped, letting the moment sink in. Sometimes, all you need is a glimpse from afar to remember how wide and wild the world truly is. A breeze brushed against my face, cold, refreshing, and for a second, it felt like the mountain was speaking. Keep going. There's more to see. As I continued, the trail grew rougher. Roots twisted across the ground like nature's own puzzle, and I stepped carefully between them. A fallen tree blocked part of the path, its bark worn smooth by time and weather. I climbed over it, feeling as though I'd crossed some invisible threshold, leaving behind the familiar and moving deeper into untouched wilderness. An hour passed. My legs burned gently. My breath rose in slow white clouds, and the sun cast warm colors across the sky. The final stretch began, a steep incline of jagged rocks and packed dirt. One step, then another, and another. The wind grew stronger as I climbed, whistling past my ears like a quiet reminder of just how high I was. But the promise of the summit kept me moving forward. And then, finally, I reached the top. Everything went still, utterly still. The view stretched beyond anything I expected. Mountains rolled toward the horizon in soft waves. A lake far below shimmered like polished glass, reflecting the morning light. Clouds drifted slowly, peacefully, as if the entire sky was taking a gentle breath. I sat down on a cool boulder and let the moment surround me. Up here, the noise of life didn't matter. The worries, the deadlines, the small stresses, they all seemed miles away, shrinking into nothingness. For a long minute, I just listened. To the wind, to the distant rush of a hidden waterfall, to the silence that only mountains can create. It was the kind of silence that doesn't feel empty. It feels full, full of meaning, full of clarity, full of the reminder that sometimes you need to climb away from the world to see it more clearly. As I began my descent, the forest felt different, warmer, brighter, more familiar. The trees swayed gently in the afternoon breeze, and sunlight filtered through them like scattered gold. I walked slowly, letting the rhythm of the trail sink into my memory. The crunch of leaves under my boots, the distant call of birds, the soft rustling of branches moving with the wind. When I finally reached the bottom, the world felt new again, lighter, calmer, and somehow more beautiful than when I started. I took one last look at the mountain behind me and smiled. It had given me exactly what I came for: clarity, peace, and the quiet reminder that no matter how loud life becomes, there will always be a trail waiting to guide me back to myself.